Hey golf fans, this is early 1981 and welcome to Stonehaven Tour Edition. To my knowledge, this course was designed by Steele. This is a fantasy golf course based loosely in the coastal village of Stonehaven in Aberdeenshire. So let's take a look at the course settings. As always, leaving everything at default. Fairways are soft, greens are normal, green speeds are medium fast, time of day is noon, and the weather is overcast. Let's check out the tee options. There are three. We will play them from the Tiger tees, which are playing 7,836 yards. And as always, pin set number one. If you haven't already done so, please make sure to smash the subscribe button and leave a like if you are enjoying the content. So hole number one, wow, that is a tight fairway. Pinched is the term I would use here. This is going to be a very difficult opening tee shot, especially with these gale force winds taking me into the drink. So I'm going to have to play way to the right hand side and apply a good bit of fade and try and take this down the right hand side of the fairway.
Great swing.
We do get the perfect. I have pushed my swing line ever so slightly, but surely this ball kicks left and stays in play. Apologies if I do sound a little bit strange. I am just getting over a nasty cold and I am very conscious of how I'm sounding on the headset. That's a really difficult pin. Certainly want to be on the right hand side of the flagstick. Anything left, the ball's going to disappear down that green and down the slope. There's a perfect. That slope at my feet did not move me as far left as I was hoping it would. We are just going to miss the green to the right hand side, but it is going to leave me a chip-in opportunity from 7 yards out. Let's see if I can put this closer, go one better and drain it right into the heart of the cup. We get the perfect and we do chip it in, and that is a great start to the round here. We do move to 1 under through 1. Hole number 2. This is a par 3, playing 201 yards, down 25 feet, but with that 17-mile-per-hour wind, I can comfortably come back a few clubs. Anything too far left and we should catch that slope, but 5-iron should be more than enough to get there. That's a fantastic strike. That's going to be long. The wind is taking me round, but I don't think we're going to hold the green here. That could well run off. That's a pity. That was a fantastic strike. We do just run into the green fringe. But this is going to be a very difficult golf course. It is the Tour edition. I'm sure there is a non-tour version of the course. There's a tiny slope, and with that, that's just going to come up short. And we are going to walk away with our first par of the round. But a lovely setting here. Stonehaven's a place I've only been to a couple of times. I'm sure it's got an outside swimming pool, an outdoor swimming pool. But fantastic views. I have lofted up the driver here and just going to try and hang this in the 19-mile-per-hour headwind. There's a laser beam perfect. The light seems to keep changing on me. It's quite weird. Real-time weather we're experiencing here. 1 minute it's bright, the next minute it's overcast and dull. Still a lot of work to do to get anywhere near this pin. This really is a difficult flagstick. I'm just a little bit in between clubs here. I don't think 4-iron gets there. Let's go to 4 hybrid. I'm just going to apply a good bit of loft, full backspin, and play the wind in the slope. It's a tiny fast, but that ball is tracking well. Hopefully it sits down pretty quickly. And that is a fantastic shot. It is going to give me a birdie opportunity, but I've got a feeling birdies are going to be few and far between on today's round. This is certainly makeable. Oh, it is going to turn from right to left. That should start to turn. Oh my goodness, we've just burnt the left-hand side edge of the cup there. That was so unlucky. Really disappointed not to pick up the birdie there after the way we played that hole, but we do remain at 1 under with that par. Hole number 4. Once again, very tight winds and fairway. I'm going to have to aim this way over to the left-hand side, and when you are playing on master swing difficulty, it's very daunting when you're playing this far off the fairway. Oh, there's a red slow. That certainly did not feel like a red slow. This game has reached the final stages of its lifespan, and still to this very day, I never get amazed by the randomness this game does throw up at you. PGA Tour 2K23 releasing in just over 3 weeks. I really cannot wait for that. The game cannot come quick enough now. So just hacking that back into play, I should be able to flop this no problem. And with the firm conditions, this ball should take a good firm hop and sit down instantly. Sand wedge should be made for this. We're on a bit of an elevated slope. Bit of a red slow, but that should sit down and check up. Really needed the perfect there.
Wouldn't it be nice to save par on this one?
It's a very makeable putt. Green speeds are 163. Not a lot of movement in this putt. That's tracking well. And that's a fantastic par save, especially after that tee shot. And with that, I do remain at 1 under.
For the day.
Hole number 5, it's another par 4. This time we do have a little bit of wind assistance. Very similar fairway to the previous hole. Tight and winding. Anything down the left hand side should be good. There's a laser beam perfect. This ball is going to kick hard right. And that's going to leave me nothing more than a full wedge into the dance floor. But it's great to stumble across these courses. The name Stonehaven jumped out at me straight away. Stonehaven's only about a 2-hour car ride from me. It's actually going to be 9 iron. A lot more work to do than I anticipated. This ball should bounce at the front of the green and hopefully run out for me. This has actually got a chance of going in. I think it's going to miss on the left hand side. Fantastic approach shot. That's certainly going to ensure our second birdie off the round from 3 feet out. And that's a fantastic birdie there. Really happy with the approach shot and the tee shot. Like I said, this is a very challenging golf course. This is the Tour edition. This wind is playing havoc here, so just applying full top spin and a little bit of deal off to this 4 iron, playing this way out to the left hand side. Oh, it's a baby slow. Has this got the legs to kick up onto the green? Just comes up short. Really needed the perfect there. I think if we got the perfect, that would have hopped up onto the dance floor. But it's another chip in opportunity. And surely that drops. It does drop. Fantastic chip in. It does ensure my third birdie off the round, and we move on to hole number 7. This is a long par 4. And these fairways are really tight. Once again, going to have to aim off the fairway. Applied a lot of fade, turning us against the wind. There's a perfect. Couldn't have hit that any better. And that is going to ensure I do find the fairway. But this course certainly offers up a real test. And with these high winds, gale force winds at times, it certainly makes it more interesting. But just going to fade this 3-wood from left to right against the wind, try to take off a little bit of yardage, find the gap between the bunkers, which we've done. That's another fantastic approach shot. I don't think I could be getting much closer to the flag sticks here. Certainly a long par 4, and this is a really testing putt for the birdie. A lot of movement from left to right here. Oh, that's going to miss on the low side. Weight was good, just didn't read it as well as we could have. So it's another solid par. We do remain at 3 under. It's one of these courses where one poor shot is just going to absolutely destroy your scorecard. But I love the layout. The planting of the rocks is superbly well done. A little stream or mini waterfall coming out of the lake there into the river. It's another testing tee shot. So let's see if we can find the fairway. We've got a 20 mile per hour wind. Horrible swing line, but that push right is probably going to counteract the tiny fast. And we do find that top part of the fairway and the ball kicks right. So 252 yards out. I'm in between clubs here. I'm going to have to go 3-wood. 5-wood's not going to reach. So aiming at the opposite green, playing the wind. Oh, it's a baby slow. There is a backstop right at the end of the green here that this ball should hold on to. It's going to leave me an eagle putt from a long way out. 35 feet. This is makeable. Surely it turns from left to right. That didn't turn the first few feet. That ball just did not turn the first 10 to 12 feet, and you can clearly see it was turning. But it is a solid birdie. I do move to 4 under par, and we move on to the final hole of the front 9. It is a par 4. It's going to be a short par 4. We do have wind assistance this time. We certainly can't drive the green due to the elevation, but this bunker's not going to be the worst of outcomes here. There's another red slow. That certainly did not feel like a red slow. That could well be OB. That kicks into the rocks and into no man's land, and sadly we're back on the tee box here. This is just about damage control now. There's a tiny slow. That is going to find this greenside bunker that I tried to play for the first time. So let's see if we can get this up and down and walk away with the bogey. Anything too far, the ball's just going to disappear down that slope. So this has got to be played precisely. This flop shot should be good. Great execution. This should sit down and check up, and it has done. That's a fantastic save from the sand. It is going to ensure our first bogey off the round, and with that I do drop back down to 3 under par. So a solid front 9. Just a pity about that bogey on the previous hole. But hole number 10, look at the golden sands to the right hand side of this fairway. We're not going to drive this far into this headwind. Tiny fast. But I must admit, I'm really enjoying the look and the layout of this golf course. The only issue I can see regarding the course is the length of it and how it plays in certain wind conditions. I mean, there's a few long par 4s here, and if you are playing into that headwind, and depending on your club selection, some players may not be able to get there in 2. Certainly not playing the course in regulation. But there's a tiny slow with that. That's coming up way short right. It's going to be a lengthy putt. It's a very makeable one though. 30 feet out. Not a lot of movement in this whatsoever. I just feel it's turning more from right to left. I've underhit that. Oh, I think we had the line to. Just did not give that enough porridge. And with that we do pick up another par. You've really got to bring your A game to this golf course, especially in these conditions. But this is another fantastic hole. And it just seems to me it's like real-time weather here. 1 minute it's cloudy and overcast, the next it's glorious sunshine, just typical Scotland. And that time that was a red slow. I just did not follow through on my downswing quick enough there. And I'm now in the heavy rough. I don't think we were reaching this green in 2 anyway. It's a long par 5. Probably still going to have about 200 yards left into the green here from this island fairway.
Okay, back on the fairway. This is good stuff.
227 yards, up 39 feet, 17 mile per hour wind. And this is what I'm saying regarding the course, how it plays in different wind conditions. Some guys will not be able to reach this in regulation shots. That's all we could have done there. It is going to leave me an uphill putt for birdie. My tee shot was really costly. And this is a very tough putt from 46 feet out for birdie. There's going to be a huge swing from right to left here. The more right I go, the harder the ball's going to turn left. We've got the weight. It's going to miss on the low side, but it's a decent lag putt. So sadly that's just going to be a par on this lengthy par 5. It's not the worst of outcomes though, it could have been worse. Especially after that red slow off the tee box. So still 3 under. Hole number 12. It's a downhill par 3. 20 mile per hour crosswind here as well. Gap wedge should be really good. Anything left, if the pin should kick hard right. Just try to play that slope. Oh, there's a tiny fast. I'm going to miss this slope altogether, am I? No, we do find it. It's not going to get down there though. It does get down there. Wow, I really didn't expect that ball to filter all the way down. And surely I pick up my fifth birdie of the round here. That looks good. Oh, that's turned. Oh, I can't believe it turned the last foot or two out. Wow. There's no break there. Sadly, that's just a par. We did get a little bit lucky off the tee shot there with the hard kick right after that tiny fast, but just not finding my way around these greens whatsoever. We're burning the edge of many birdie opportunities. So hole number 13, this is another long par 5, and I feel if that wind was in my face, I'm not sure if we could reach the fairway here. Fortunately, that 19-mile-per-hour wind was to the left and not right into my face. Sadly, I can't reach this green in 2. So it's another long par 5. And look at that stunning views of the coastline. There's a lighthouse way off there in the distance. And that's going to leave me nothing more than a wedge into this green. So that 19-mile-per-hour wind will carry me and also move me to the left. So I think gap wedge with full backspin here. Don't want to be right to the pin. Just applying a little bit of loft as well. Oh, it's a baby fast. It's just going to come up left of the flagstick. Yardage was bang on. Still a good outcome. And this time, hopefully I can convert this birdie putt to get me to 4 under par. That's turned a lot more at my feet than I gave it credit for. I am burning the edge of every cup here. It just seems to be one of those rounds that on the greens nothing is happening for me, sadly. And I do remain at 3 under. It's our second consecutive par 5 that we've only parred. Hole number 14, once again bottleneck fairways here. Just checking that the green is across the water. So I'm just going to try and draw this against the wind and keep this ball on the fairway. There's a red slow. I think we're just about going to get away with this. We may run into the first cut. That is a firm bounce. Fortunately, it's not the heavy rough. But these tiered greens are certainly very, very tough. With these 17-mile-per-hour crosswinds. So 4 hybrids. We've tried to draw it against the wind. This could be really good. What a fantastic strike. That is so unlucky. That was such a tough shot. We had the wind, we had the slope. We had so many factors to take into consideration there. Let's see if we can chip this one close. That's came out well. It's just going to come up short left. But it is going to leave me a missable putt, I was going to say, from 4 feet out. Just taking my time with this one. So unlucky with a draw shot there. We played that really, really well. And hole number 15, this time we do have wind advantage. A trio of bunkers in play down the left-hand side. There's a tiny fast, but I have pushed my swing line way over to the right. That is a monster drive, 344 yards.
200 yards or so to the pin.
4 iron should be made for this shot. This 15-mile-per-hour wind should push me all the way there. Now this ball should kick hard right. Is it going to sit down? No. It's going to set up a birdie opportunity.
That's a safe shot. Lining up for
This course certainly has a really good links feel to it. Plays and looks like a links golf course. Let's see if we can drain a putt at long last for birdie. That's not turned. It turned late. The first 6 feet, and look at the beads. How did that not turn? This is really something I hope is addressed in PGA Tour 2K23 is the randomness of some of the green beads. It's been like this from day one. In fact, it actually feels worse since the last few updates, which were a good while ago. Just weighing up all my options here. I do feel with a good tee shot we may be able to take on this green in two. That is easier said than done. But fantastic views from this tee box. There's a laser beam, perfect. We are going to comfortably find the left hand side of this fairway. We're going to have an awkward lie at my feet. But can we chase this driver up onto the green? It's going to actually be close. 3-wood doesn't get there. I don't have the best of lies. I think at worst we may find the heavy rough. But this ball's going to shoot hard left at my feet. We've struck it well. That could actually find the sand. Hopefully that's not out of bounds. It's not actually. We already checked. We do find the heavy rough in this uphill slope. Oh, I'm in between clubs, but surely sand wedge with full loft does land on the green and release out for me. Oh, that didn't come out well at all, especially with the red fast, and I have made a right mess of these par 5s. Unless I chip this in, it's going to be another par, and I think we're going to be able to par all of them. That's just going to come up short. That just sums up my round today. It's another par on the par 5. I've really not played the par 5s well today whatsoever. 1 birdie and 3 pars so far. But hole number 17, this is another difficult par 3. There is a helping slope here. I'm just going full backspin on this 7-iron. I'm playing this 20-mile-per-hour wind. Ah, there's a red fast. Where is this going to land? It's going to hit the rock. Oh, it's bounced. It's actually a favourable outcome. That could have went anywhere. Now this has left me a shot where I would normally splash, but the splash is only being in the bunkers for PGA Tour 2K23. Let's try and be creative. I'm going to try and chip this. Just applying a good bit of topspin. Play the break of the green. It's a good execution. And that is going to work its way all the way down. It's just going to come up a little bit short. I really expected that to run out more than what it did. This time we do read the putt right into the centre of the cup, and we move on to the final hole of Stonehaven Quarry Tour at 3 under par. And as you would expect, it's going to be a tough finishing hole. Long par 4. There's another red fast. That is going to find the left hand side of this fairway. But this really is a fantastic golf course, certainly worth the play. And in these gale force wind conditions, you really need to bring your A game, especially on master swing difficulty. But I'm just lofting up 3-wood here. Try and land this into the uphill slope, defending the green. It's a tiny fast, but it is tracking well. Oh, this could be a really good shot. That should run all the way up towards the pin. Oh, it's not going to get there. No way. I thought I played an excellent shot. Sadly for me, it didn't have the legs to get the top of the green. And this is now a monster putt. 3 feet uphill. Wow. Vintage clubhouse off there in the distance. That's just going to come up a little bit short. But it is going to ensure I'm going to finish with a solid par. So a 3 under 69 is not the worst of rounds, especially in these conditions. But that is it for today's video, guys. I really hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please make sure to leave a like. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. And until the next video, take care, peace out, and love you all. Bye.
Well, see you later.